Hello, this is Dr. Bahauddin Abdullah, and this is section 10.3, the parabola. This is the third conic section, and that's the graph of the parabola. This is a horizontal parabola. This is the directrix. It has the equation x equals negative p. This point is the focus. It has the coordinates p0. So you can see that the distance from the vertex, this point is the vertex, to the focus is p, and also from the vertex to the directrix is p, and that's important. So p is the distance from the focus to the vertex or from the directrix to the vertex. The vertex here is 0, 0, and that's the equation of the parabola, y squared equals 4px. Remember this equation by any method you like. Either if x has power 1, then it's a horizontal parabola, or if it's y squared, it's a horizontal parabola because it would be symmetric about the x-axis. If you replace y with negative y squared doesn't change, so the graph is symmetric about the x-axis. This line is called the Latus Rectum. This line that's parallel to the directrix and passes through the focus is called the Latus Rectum, and the length of the Latus Rectum is 4p, absolute value of this number, 4p. If p is positive, the parabola opens to the right. If p is negative, the parabola opens to the left. This is the vertical parabola. Here the focus has coordinates 0p, the directrix y equals negative p. P is the distance from the vertex to the focus or from the vertex to the directrix. This line is called the Latus Rectum, and the length of the Latus Rectum is absolute value of 4p. If p is positive, it opens up. If p is negative, it opens downwards. If you change the vertex to hk, that's the change. See the difference? Instead of x, we will have x minus h. Instead of y, we will have y minus k. That's the only change. Here also, the horizontal parabola. Instead of y, you have y minus k. Instead of x, you have x minus h. That's what happens when you change the vertex to hk. And all of these points, you'll just add h to any x coordinate and k to any y coordinate. So the directrix equation would be, for example, x equals negative p plus h. These are the typical questions. Find the focus and directrix of the parabola and graph. So this is an equation of a parabola. Why? Because y has power 1 and x has power 2. Let us write it in the standard form. So we will solve the equation for x squared. Take 4y to the other side and then divide by 8. So x squared is negative half y. So that's a parabola with vertex 0, 0. 4p is equal to negative half x squared, so it's a vertical parabola. P is negative, so it opens down. 4p is negative. The length of the Latus Rectum would be absolute value of this number, which is half. And 4p is negative half, so p is negative 1 over 8. So we can immediately graph the parabola. We start from the vertex, it's 0, 0, and then we go 1 over 8 units up and 1 over 8 units down. That's p. 1 over 8 units up and 1 over 8 units down. So the focus would be here because the parabola opens downwards. The focus would be here and its coordinates is 0 and negative 4. So the coordinates 0 and negative 1 over 8. So the coordinates of the focus would be 0 and negative 1 over 8. And the directrix will have this equation, y equals to 1 over 8. Now the length of the Latus Rectum is half. So you go 1 over 4 units to the right and 1 over 4 units to the left. Half of the Latus Rectum to the right from the focus, and half of the Latus Rectum to the left from the focus. And then you graph the vertex by these 2 points, by the end points of the Latus Rectum. That's the graph of this parabola. This is another equation. Here we have to complete the square, 4y square. So it's y square minus 2y, and you need to add a number. So write y square minus 2y. What is the number we need to add? 2 over 2, which is 1 squared, so plus 1. Take all the other terms to the other side. So 12x and negative 35 would be negative 12x plus 35. And the one you added here, you add here. So we have y minus 1 all squared equals negative 12x plus 36. 35 plus 1. Now take negative 12x as a common factor to write it in the standard form. So you will have this equation. If you take negative 12 as a common factor, this would be 36 divided by negative 12, negative 3. So that's the equation of the parabola, and this is a parabola of vertex 3 and 1 immediately. And y square, so it's a vertical parabola. And y square, it's a horizontal parabola. And negative 12, so it's p is negative, so it opens to the left. So I know that the parabola opens to the left. The length of the latus rectum is 12. Now, 4p is equal to negative 12, so p is negative 3. So let us graph the parabola. First, put the vertex, 3, 1. So 3, 1, this is the vertex. And now go 3 units to the right, 3 units to the left. That's p, the distance from the vertex to the focus. So if you go 3 units here, then the focus will have this coordinates. So the coordinates of the focus would be 0, 1. So the focus has coordinates 0, 1. And go 3 units to the right, you will have the equation of the directrix. So the directrix will have the equation x equals 6, because it is a vertical line. X equals 6. Now let the latus rectum go 6 units from the focus up and 6 units down, and then connect the vertex to the end points of the latus rectum, and that's the graph of the parabola. The other type of questions would be find the standard form of the equation of each parabola. Some information would be given, and we need the equation. Okay, the vertex and the focus. If the vertex is given, that's excellent. But anyway, if graph the informations, 5, negative 2, this is the vertex. 7, negative 2, this is the focus. This is the vertex, this is the focus. The focus is always inside, so the parabola has to open to the right. So it is a horizontal parabola. So y has power 2. Horizontal parabola, so y has power 2. So we can now write the equation. Y plus 2 to the power 2 equals a number times x minus 5. So y plus 2 square equals x minus 5. And we need to determine p. What is p? P is the distance from the vertex to the focus, which is 7 minus 5, 2. P is 2, so 4p would be 8, and it opens to the right. So this is positive, it's 8, it's not negative 8. So that's the equation of the parabola. The last example, if the focus is 7, negative 1, the directrix y equals negative 9. So the vertex is not given. So we have to find the vertex from this information. So let us graph the focus 7 and negative 1, the directrix negative 9, y equals negative 9. We know that the vertex is the midpoint between the focus and the directrix. So the focus is at negative 1, the directrix is negative 9. So if we add negative 1 plus negative 9 over 2, we will get the midpoint, the mid number, which is negative 5. So negative 1 plus negative 9 over 2 is negative 5. So this is negative 5. So the vertex will have coordinates 7 and negative 5. And the focus is here, so it will go up. So this is a vertical parabola, so it has called x square. It's with x square. So 7 and negative 5 is the vertex, and it's x squared, so we can write the equation. X minus 7 all squared equals the number times y plus 5. And we need to determine P. Go back to the graph. What is P? It is the distance from the vertex to the focus. Vertex, focus. Subtract negative 1, negative 5, minus negative 5, it would be 4. So P is 4. So the equation would be x minus 7 all squared equals 16 times y plus 5. Good luck.